Hello and welcome to Home from Home. I'm Bryn Watkins and in this series I'm your guide as we explore the regions of Hajdú-Bihar in Hungary and Bihor in Romania. Autumn's definitely with us now and this time we've come to the Gúti Erdő, the forest of Gúti here in Nyíradony. We're here because it's mating season for the deer that live in the forest and we're hoping to catch a glimpse of the stags with their huge antlers sparring as they try and fight for a mate. Even better, it's the start of hunting season, which means by the end of the episode I should get to try some of the local venison. It was here in the Gúti Forest that the world's biggest ever antlers were found. I've come to the forestry office to see them. These are world record breaking antlers.
Ez mind a két bika világrekord. Ez a mellettünk lévő, a valaha földön lőtt legnagyobb tömegű dámbika, ez 6 kg 43 deka így kifőzött állapotban. Ez 1991 és 2002 között volt világrekord. Most pedig ez a bika világrekord, amelyik 2002. október 14-én lőttünk. Tulajdonképpen a alapvető jellegzetesség és a nagyon-nagyon hosszú szár és a széles, hosszú lapát.
And how big is this one? What are the measurements?
Ez 5 kg 40 deka volt. Majdnem 1 kiló van a két bika között, de tulajdonképpen a pontrendszere a dámbikának a dám jellegzetességéhez, a jellegzetessége pedig a lapátja igazodik. Tehát a lapát méretek határozzák meg a magaspontú bikát. Hát ez a ballapát, ez egy rendkívüli méretű. Ha majd lesz egy olyan bikánk, amelyiken ez a ballapát jobb oldalt is megismétlődik, és olyan tömegű lesz, mint az előző világrekord, akkor talán örök idők világrekordját fogjuk meglőni. Egyébként ez az aggancs, a sok helyen mérik a bírálatkor a dámaggancsát, a szemághoz, a szárhoz, a lapátszélességet, a koszorú körméretet. A valaha mért, világon mért legmagasabb méretből összeállítunk egy ideális aggancsot, akkor ezt a bikát ez csak 3 ponttal veri meg. Tehát ez azt jelenti, hogy ez nagyon-nagyon minden méretében a legkülönbbek közé tartozik, vagyis hát a legkülönbb.
The home of these stags is the forest of Gúti, 15 kilometers from the Hungarian and Romanian border, halfway between Nyíradony and Nyíracsád. Deep in the forest of oaks and acacias, we find the most valuable stocks of fallow deer. This territory was donated by the first kings and caster Péter Orzeoló to 2 of his sergeants, the Gutkelet brothers, probably of German origin. Nowadays, this forest of nearly 7,000 hectares belongs to the Hungarian state. Those who are working here carry out wood cultivation and nature protection, and they also ensure the genetic protection of the fallow deer, which are part of Hungarian national heritage. These animals, today over 1,000 in number, were released here 40 years ago. Forestry cultivation goes hand in hand with wildlife management, as the planted trees, fruits, corn, sunflowers, wheat and rye serve as rich nourishment for the deer. Because of the ideal circumstances and the lack of natural competition, the overpopulation of the stags is controlled through hunting. November is the time of the rutting season, where the bucks are fighting for territory and of course for the females. The females choose the best ones.
Úgy csinálják a dámok, hogy a bika beáll egy helyre, tehát ott arra a kis szűk, tudom én, 20-30 négyzetméteres kis baszra, ami az övé, és azt ő vigyázza, azért verekszenek, mert ugye a territoriális viselkedés. És akkor ők adják ezt a vorkolós hangot, ezt a barcogó hangot, és akkor a tehenek meg bejönnek. És bejönnek egy bikához, ha tetszik, akkor ott marad, ha nem, akkor átmegy egy másikhoz, vagy közben is változik.
So now we've seen the biggest antlers in the world, let's go try and find the animals that produce them. It's breeding season at the moment, so actually all the deer will be together in one place. The stags will be fighting and the females will be there to choose which one they find the most handsome. It's just over there, about 1 kilometre away, so from now on I'm going to be quite quiet. But yeah, hopefully, because they'll all be in one place, we should be able to find lots of them and get some really good shots. And yeah, I'm really excited, I'm hoping we'll see lots of them. So I've got to the place now where the stags fight, right here in the middle of the forest. They're about 20 metres away over there, and they're very loud, they're really quite big. Apparently it's quite dangerous if they see us, so we have to be quiet, but what we're going to do now is we're going to try and get some photos and some footage of them, and hopefully it's going to work out really well. Here we've got one of the big daddies of the forest guarding over his harem. It's making a lot of noise. And this is a young pretender. Hasn't got any wives at all yet, and he's coming to try his luck. He's heading straight towards the territory of the big daddy, so I think he's planning to challenge him. Oh, I think there might be about to be a bit of a ruckus. Oh, look at that. Well, the big daddy thoroughly beat the young pretender there, and it seems he's taking him off now to teach him a bit of a lesson. There you go, some tips on fighting from a real man. So that went really well, very exciting. They were much closer than I thought they were going to be, and it's really loud, like the shouting and the fighting, and there's, yeah, a lot of energy, It's quite strange to think that in a few hours, a lot of them are actually going to be shot, but I guess that's the life of a stag. But we're going to come back tomorrow and see what happens after the hunt has started, and hopefully we're going to get to eat some venison as well. Yeah, but now let's go have a look at what else you can see here in the area. Here in the Gúti Erdő, there's all kinds of trees. There's black acacia, there's pine, there's birch, and there's oaks, big ones, like this. This is the Hubertus oak. It's pretty famous here in the area, and it's very old, 250 years in fact, although members of this species have been known to live for 500 years. Hubertus, as I'm sure you'll be well aware, is also the name of a drink for hunters with a stag on the front. How appropriate.
The relationship between man and nature is clear to see in the forestry exhibition and arboretum in Bank, close to Debrecen. This 15-hectare area is also managed by the Nyírdő Forestry Company. It is a popular destination for trips and a great place to relax. The arboretum is one of the most interesting sites in the region. Besides displays about local flora and fauna, you can find relics of the historical lifestyle of the foresters that once lived here. And by following the nature trails, everyone can independently explore this wonderful place.
We've come to the Bank Forest now, just down the road from the Gúti Erdő. It's another area of woodland that belongs to the Forestry Commission. It's a great example of how man and nature work together. The forestry here has been going on for hundreds of years, and it's about both protecting the forest as it is, but also managing it in a way that it will produce useful materials that the country really needs. People who work here actually live on site, and some of them used to live in this house. It's a bit like a hobbit house, isn't it? Wow. It's pretty basic. So it looks like they used to live and sleep all in one room. This bed here. Children's bed here and a crib too. There were still people living here about 100 years ago. Fascinating. It remains of what used to be a stove there, I'm guessing. And some tables. It's amazing the way it's just been kept exactly how it was. Just sitting here in the forest. It's a wooden ceiling that had the grass on top outside. Middle Earth it ain't.
A erdőtelepítések, mikor újabb lendületet vettek a 1900-as évek elején, akkor nyilván a erdőfelújítások is történtek, tehát a kitermelt erdők helyén létrehoztak új erdőket, vagy azokon a helyeken hoztak létre, ahol addig nem volt erdő, és ezeknek az erdélyi munkásoknak nyilván legkézenfekvőbb volt kiköltözni ezekbe az erdőkbe, ezekbe a területekbe, és mikor az erdőt elkezdték felújítani, elvetették a makot, elvetették a csemetét, az erdőben lakó emberek ezeket az erdősítéseket művelték, kapálták, ápolták, nem engedték, hogy elgyomosodjon, és a sorok közé pedig ilyen köztes művelésként vetettek kukoricát, valamilyen gabonaféleséget, és így azok az emberek valóban megéltek az erdőből, munkáikat kaptak pénzt, tudtak terményt termeszteni, és megéltés jelentett nekik ez az életforma. Ennek azért voltak negatív hatásai is, nagyon fontos, hiszen azoknak az embereknek, akik ott éltek egy helybe, akármennyire is nem építettek maguknak olyan házat, amiben hosszú ideig élhettek, azért kicsit fontos volt nekik, hogy ne egyik évről a másikra elköltözzenek. Erről sokszor nem beszélünk, de ez valóban így van. Tehát kicsit az erdő felújítását, még ha kicsit tudok, még akadályozták is, hiszen nekik a legfontosabb az volt, hogy sokáig élnek egy helyen.
Here in the middle of the forest are the distinctly creepy remains of an old church. This church used to serve the village of Kiskud, which was built in the 13th century. But when the Tatars invaded Hungary in the 16th century, the whole village was destroyed, and these ruins are now all that's left. There's all kinds of rumours about the place. It's said that the monks that used to work here buried treasure in the surrounding area. A huge amount was apparently found just here, where the altar used to stand. It's also said that the building had an enormous cellar, which was linked by tunnels to the surrounding villages, and one of them runs to the Greek Catholic Church in Nyíregyháza. And here I am. I have to say I didn't come by tunnel though actually. Here in Nyíregyháza the rumours are treated slightly more sceptically, but the Greek church definitely does exist. In fact, for such a small village, this village has a lot of churches. 3.
Nyíradony lies 26 kilometers northeast of Debrecen. You can reach it through the Gúti Forest when coming from Nyíracsád. The earliest owners of the settlement were the Gútkelet brothers. Adony and the neighboring Gút settlements were already inhabited in the 11th century. After centuries of bad luck, Nyíradony started flourishing again in the 1970s. This was mainly because pious, proud and hard-working people live here. A famous native of the town is Imre Harangi, an Olympic champion in boxing. The local sports center was named after him.
We were lucky enough to be in town on the day when a fencing competition was taking place in the Harangi Imre Sports Center. So we've come back to the forest, and as you can see, hunting season has begun.
This ceremony, called a teritake, takes place on the morning after the hunt. It honors both the stags and the hunters that have shot them.
Sie kommen auch aus Slowakien?
Ja.
Ja. Und kommen Sie oft hierhin oder sind Sie zum ersten Mal hier?
Ich bin das erste Mal, aber meine Freunde sind sehr oft.
Ja. Und ist es das erste Mal, dass du gejagt hast?
Ja.
Ah. Und wie war es?
Hier das erste Mal, aber ich jage zu lange.
Ah, ja. Und
Jetzt Kokoroko.
ja.
Ja, 20 Jahre.
Ah. Und gibt es was Besonderes hier in Gúti Erdő?
Ja,
Das Jagen hier?
Hier ist alles super. Die Unterhaltung ist super, die Dienste sind super, die Leute und so.
Ja.
Schöne Natur.
Ja.
Service ist absolut
Ah,
super.
ja. Und welcher ist dein? Ich weiß nicht, wie diese Tiere heißen auf Deutsch, aber.
Auf der linken Seite die zweite.
Ah, die zwei
Auf der
da.
linken Seite. Alles sind Goldmedaillen.
Ah.
Ja. Aber der Beste ist hier
Von Ihnen?
Ja. Aber die rechte Seite spricht über, weiß ich nicht, aber
Ja.
wenn jetzt die linke Seite so wie rechte, ist das nicht zu Weltrekord.
Ah, ja. Und wenn Sie in der Wahl sind, wie wählen Sie, also Sie sehen so das Tier und wie entscheiden Sie sich, ob Sie das...
Nein, mit mir ist ein Mann von hier
Ja.
und er sagt mir, was soll ich schießen.
Ja.
Was kann ich schießen?
Ja,
So
genau.
wirklich.
Ja. Und wie, also ich muss sagen, ich weiß überhaupt nicht zu bejagen. Also wie macht man das? Also ist man in einer von diesen Türmen da oben?
Ja, es
oder?
ist in der Wald und wir warten auf gute Chance, wenn wir ihn sehen und so. Und jetzt waren bei ihm viele Tiere, andere Tiere, kleine Tiere. Wir müssen warten zu lange und dann er kommt auf ein Ohr und dort habe ich geschossen.
Und sterben wie schnell?
Ja, sehr schnell. Ja. Guter Schuss.
Ja. These animals here won't actually be eaten here at the hunt house. The meat will be sold to local supermarkets within the next few days. But now I'm going to go try and cook a local speciality using some venison that was caught recently here in the forest. So we're here in the kitchen at the guest house now, and I'm finally going to get to try some venison. This here is, it's the meat of a doe that was killed a couple of days ago. Since then the meat has been marinating in a sauce called pots, made of onions and garlic. There's obviously some oil in there, and then just salt, pepper and some herbs like mustard. And it's been marinating for 2 days now, so the meat should be very tender. So we start off by putting the meat into the pan and frying it off. Oh, and straight away it's smelling really good because of the marinade on there. Got a really good smell of onions coming off. You can see it's very hot, it's just to seal in all the flavour. So the meat's been frying for a couple of minutes now. As you can see, it's nice and sealed on the outside, and you want it to be still slightly rare in the middle. Okay, so now that we've cooked off the meat, we're going to start preparing the sauce with the mushrooms. Start by melting some butter in the pan. Then we add the onions, I guess. Az jó? So we just cook these off for a couple of minutes until they're slightly glazed. You can see, oh, I don't normally cook onions in butter at home, but they're much nicer. You can see they're caramelizing off very nicely there. Right, so now the onions have been on for maybe 2-3 minutes and they're nicely glazed, we can add all of the mushrooms. Ooh. And to this we will add a little bit of salt. Ooh. Some finely ground black pepper. That was quite a lot. And then we add just a little bit of vegetable stock powder. And so just to keep it moist while it's cooking, we just need to add a little bit of water. Just let some of that boil off for a second. Yo. So now we're just going to add just a tiny little bit of very finely chopped garlic there. Stir that through. And then we put in just a tiny bit of hot paprika, just to give it a bit of a kick. And of course, this being Hungarian cooking wouldn't be complete without a little bit of paprika. That's very nice. Have to make sure you keep it moist while it's cooking. And now to give it the strong kind of taste that you really need to go with game, we're just going to put in some red wine. Not too much, just enough to really bring out the flavour of the mushrooms. Oh! Might have just put way too much in there. Nekem tetszik bor. Oh, we decided to get the plate ready for serving here. Right, and here we've just got some boiled rice, which is the perfect garnish for this. Yeah. Oh, very good. Probably best that she did that, to be honest. I don't think I'd have managed. And then we just serve up the meat with some of the mushrooms on the top. So now we're just going to serve it up with some of the goose liver. The goose liver has been cooked before in some spicy garlic seasoning, and then it's deep fried. So it's cooked completely in oil. That should be very tasty. And so here we have the final product. We've got some real Gúti Forest venison cooked up with a forest mushroom sauce. And it looks very tasty. Let's try some of the meat. Mmm. Yeah, no finom. Very, very good. Let's try some of the... Mmm. No, it's very, very good. I'm quite proud of myself, I have to say. But of course, I could not have done it without your help, Anna. Köszönöm nagyon szépen. It was a very good experience. Thank you very much. And that's the end of our stay here in the Gúti Forest. It's been a really interesting visit for me because I've got to see this balance they have here between man and nature. And so at first when you come here, the forest seems very wild and you've got these huge stags living out there, which I've never seen before. But then the more you learn, the more you find out that it's actually very managed here. So the shape of the forest itself, as we saw in Bank, is carefully controlled, and then the population of the stags itself has been brought in from outside and is now managed through hunting. Yeah, so it's been a really interesting stay, and I hope you found it as fascinating as I have. And above all, I hope you'll join us next time on Home from Home. Bye.